Well, there are others. First of all, Harry Fox does not have an exclusive licensing relationship with music publishers. That's number one. So a publisher does not have to go through Harry Fox to get their works licensed, and on the other side of the coin, a record company does not need to come to Harry Fox. It can go to the publisher directly as well. So what we are is we're this big, large clearinghouse where we represent most of the stuff that's out there, but there are other companies that administer copyrights and deal with on a direct basis and offer some of the services that Harry Fox may have. One of the things that we do that has great value to the songwriters and to the publishers is that compliance examination that I talked to you about. It's very expensive to go and bring in a team of accountants to go in and evaluate the books of one of our licensed users, and that's expensive. And for an individual to be able to go and do that, it's not so easy. And we have substantial resources that are out there to be able to go and do those things on behalf of our publishers. And any recoveries, audit recoveries or examination recoveries that we do, that gets distributed down to our publishers, and they in turn to the songwriters. So, so it's a very valuable thing that we're able to offer because we are very large. But one of the things that I left out when I was talking about sort of the history of Harry Fox and its purpose, Harry Fox, as I said to you before, is owned by the National Music Publishers Association, which is a trade association of music publishers, both independent music publishers as well as major music publishers. And when we describe somebody as a major music publisher, it's not necessarily the size of the company, it's the fact that they're affiliated with one of the large record companies. And we have a board of directors of 18. And our principle, our raison d'etre, our reason for being is to be able to, through the commissions that we collect, provide the funding which supports the efforts of the trade association. And what the trade association does, and which is a very important, a vital thing that it does for the music industry as a whole, as well as publishers and songwriters in particular, is through legislation and through litigation, we protect the copyrights, the value of the copyrights to the copyright owners. So the NMPA is out there very aggressively supporting in Washington the rights, and to make sure that the rights of the creators are in fact protected. And so our real job, if you will, is to be able to provide the economic resources to mount the legislative campaigns down in Washington, which, as we all know, are very expensive, as well as to mount the litigation that we're involved with. We were one of the complainants, our publishers, not Harry Fox or the NMPA, but our publishers were some of the principal complainants, as well as the record companies and the motion picture studios, in the Grokster case, which went all the way to the Supreme Court and supported our position on peer-to-peer and the implications of that the software that was being offered to the consumer, in fact, contributed in a very significant way to a copyright infringement. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, so those are the things that we do, and whatever profit that we were ever to really have, because we really don't run at a profit, we send all them, let me rephrase that. The profit that we're able to generate, in fact, goes right to the trade association and to all those important things that support songwriters, that support publishers, that support musicians, that support artists, and all of the folks in the musical food chain, engineers, all of those things. They're all integral, so interwoven that that we do just doesn't help the people we necessarily represent on a direct basis, but have a much broader base as well.